Hi everyone, my name is Teresa Cestera and I'm sitting with two of the most delinquent people in all of Miami, Dr. Ivan Rosilko and Dr. Bruce Carter. I'm the only non-doctor here, other than of love.
I'm not a real doctor, I just have a PhD.
I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night. Can you guys tell me who the fuck Dr. Ivan Rosilko is and why is it important that you actually even talk about it?
He's a bastard.
Who the fuck is he?
We hate him.
I hate him too.
Okay, so now that we're all in agreement,
So he's kind of like a demigod. You know how there's those demigods that think that they're immortal, and so they do everything they can possibly do to create this unfathomable creation of themselves, like injecting themselves with some sort of serum that makes them tan. He literally does that, and he has a very interesting dating habits. Can we talk about those?
No, we're moving on.
all right, next question.
So the story goes that Teresa and I met at a bar, and so she literally picked me up at the bar one day. We were sitting there, and she was with her fiance, and I was sitting there alone, and we started chatting about the things we do and what we love, and I said, well, it just so happens I want to write a musical, I've been writing something, and she says, that's the craziest thing, I've been writing a musical too.
The most difficult thing about writing this play has been coming up with a storyline other than obscurity with Dr. Ivan, because you've got all of these crazy characters that live in different areas of his life. The only thing they have in common is that they all seek some sort of service from Dr. Ivan, whether it be through his literature for sexual stimulation, through clitoral injections, through Botox, through IVs, through testosterone rejuvenation. There's so many reasons to go see him, and the type of people that are actually going to invest in that way of living have disposable income to live these crazy elaborate lives. So trying to figure out how they all meet together has been the biggest obstacle.
Well, and I think what Teresa's hitting on for me is that there is something, the difficulty is that everyone that exists in Ivan's life has this sort of elliptic life of their own, right? So they come and they see Ivan in a way, but then they shoot off in these different directions. And the way that they orbit each other is so non-traditional, right? And how do you make a narrative?
Are we talking about Space Invaders?
Star Wars.
Orbit? Why do you have to take everything I say and make it sound so professorial?
It's a disease.
It's a bunch of wackadoos that have no storyline that all fit together.
And they're all really fucked.
You want to read the red? You want to read the red?
Okay.
Red's a pansy with a
Over there is Willie, and he's just a trip.
Mikey and Joey, Nova tag teams.
And Mikey falls apart at the seams.
These are just my buddies who seem to sew.
These are the gays. The gays are on the
Gays, gays that I know. Who do you know? Gays that I know.
I'm a gold star gay.
That's why you could have said never
What is
have
a
I ever.
gold star gay?
You don't know what a gold
No,
star
so to time
gay
out. So
is?
this is something I would love to highlight in this play, just the different shades or flavors of gay.
Yeah.
You have tops, you have bottoms, you have bears, you have twinks, you have gold star gays, you have what?
Well, I think where I would like to go with it is that we're so postmodern in our view that it's not about the shades of gay, it's the shades of everything.
Alex is a bottom with a memorable scent. Harry is a daddy with money well spent. Bobby the otter loves leather ass mugs. Seth has great hands for the rub and tug. These are just my buddies with seeds to sow. These are the gays that I know. Gays that I know. Ready for gay men? Gays that I know.
Bring it out, Teresa.
Gay men.
Hey, man!
what I like to see as highlight is that the idea there's not spectrums of gay, there's spectrums of like gender, spectrums of sexuality, right? And that's something about your practice, Ivan, is that, I mean, in Miami, you have so many people who are in a spectrum of the world, right? Like, and that's what I love about Miami. It is the intersectionality city. You know, people are Latin, gay, bisexual, trans, non-conforming. I mean,
Seth.
there's Seth. There like people that claim they're unicorns. I mean, it's just this place. Here's the thing about Miami: you get to come be whatever you want to be.
True. It's like a fantasy world in a
It
way.
is.
It's
And,
like
you know,
Disneyland
it's
for,
like Disneyland.
for humanity.
And that includes like when, you know, your patients are those people who are the most spectrum of spectrum.
True.
They're without labels.
Oh,
While you're on your fishing trip, I'll burn the ships. I'll burn the ships. Burn the ships. Burn the ships. I have cast a cast of slimy bait, and now I will see you fake your safe fake IDs. I will scream and shout. Dr. Ivan, you have stirred a storm, and devil inside has now been born, and one thing I won't do now is stop. Your secrets flew from your treasure chest, and I'm the one that knew it best. All while you're on your fishing trip, I'll burn the ships. I'll burn the ships. Burn the ships. I'll burn the ships. I saw Pat. No, you don't remember that part. Okay, let's do gays that I know. My name is Teresa Michelle Cesario. I am a Leo. I grew up in Chicago and now I live in Miami. I moved down here because I was dating Thor, and you can't leave a man alone on South Beach.
Life is a cabaret job.
So I had to move down here because it's filled with aesthetic inflation and intellectual deflation.
Pray they give you fever with the kisses, fever if you live and burn.
I have no girlfriends. I only have gay friends and guys because the women here are atrocious.
I'm gonna lose. I wanna be evil. Evil me. Just as mean and evil as I can be.
And I am the national ambassador for Absolute Elix, which is the new line extension of Absolute. Oh, what's this? An Elix Martini? I have a degree in music and in business from Columbia and Chicago.
The lady is a vamp, she's a vixen, not a tramp. She's the da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Come on, fellas, place your bets, cause you ain't seen nothing yet. She's the talk of the town, she's the best. Yes.
I sing jazz. I used to host the largest Latin cabaret since the Copacabana Club, owned by Frenchmen, hosted by an Italian from Chicago, so it's very Miami. And something you don't know about me is I am a tantric sex teacher and a transcendental meditation teacher. So when you think I'm just sitting there looking at you, I'm actually transfixing you with my energetic sexual nature.
I started losing my brain, and now I'm fully equipped to burn the ships. Burn the ships. Burn the ships. Burn the ships. Burn the ships.
And there is a young lady that was particularly scorned by Dr. Ivan, and
Was it you?
not me in this case.
Do you wish it was you?
I'm not a second soprano. This is
I
very
wish it were
important.
me.
This was written for a second soprano. I'm a mezzo, thank you. So the idea is she found out that he was seeing other women, and so she's trying to say that his IVs and his method of medicine are fake, and she's going to out him to all of his patients. So that's the symbolism of burning the ships.
Bruce, do you agree with that?
Yep.
I fucking agree with that.
So let's
Can
just.
you close your legs? I can tell what religion you are.
Go ahead, tell me.
We already know.
It's not Jewish, is it?
No, I don't think they'd let you in their clan.
I wouldn't make the cut.
No, you wouldn't get it.
Cleveland steamer, fisting with the tranny, rusty trombone, pop rocks, blowjobs, finishing with bukkake. Don't you worry, little Ivan, all your dreams will be achieved. Don't you worry, little Ivan. You will always be relieved. Dad always said you will go far. He said shoot for the moon, come for the stars. Don't you worry, little Ivan. All your dreams will be achieved. Don't you worry, little Ivan. You will always be relieved.
You wasn't.
Ivan's penis. Ivan's penis size.
Okay, I'm
Let's
in
talk
for that
about
one.
Ivan's penis.
Okay, so let's give me like general size. Like, are we talking like more than average? Like, what? How big is your dick?
It's more than average from what I've read according to Facebook stats. But
Wait,
again,
the women that sleep with you post Facebook stats?
no, they got those things like
There's
men
that-
from America, men from Nigeria, men from Sweden, all that bullshit. So I mean,
Do you
it's
believe
interesting.
that?
No, not really.
You know what they say?
Okay, time out.
They
So
say
what-
that it's the width of your nose. Let me see your nose. So it's the width of your nose
Well, that's greatly off.
and the.
You've lost already.
I'm over here flaring my nostrils as much as I
Bill Cosby.
can. Measure me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like you gotta do the cock test. Like when you're sitting next to somebody and you just like graze in between their legs, like you just gotta
Casually.
test to see what's there.
Casually.
Don't you worry, little Ivan. You will always be relieved. You'll be relieved.
Yes, exactly.
Hey Bruce, can you tell us what you define as rich? Because this isn't too shabby.
Well, compared to Dr. Ivan's clients, I'm poor.
What does that make me, a church mouse?
Anyway, I don't know why people think that my life is in any way weird. I mean, the way I view it, I'm just your average guy living in Iowa. You know, it's like, but it just so happened to be in Miami.
Oh, there's nothing halfway about the Iowa way to treat
I
you.
mean, the dogs had to have a house, so I might as well get them one of the original lifeguard stands from Miami. So I had this shipped over from the beach, and they brought it over to the house so that the dogs could have a nice space.
This is like a gay version of Cribs. So I have the honor of sitting here with the one, the only Bruce Carter. Bruce Carter is now going to explain how fantabulous he actually is.
I wouldn't say I'm fantabulous, but I will say that, I think I am the gay Fievel. You know the story with the mouse that goes to the city at the Fievel, and I think I'm the quintessential gay Fievel, and I think most gays are like Fievel, in that you grew up in the country and you have to sort of reinvent and find yourself, and that's certainly my story. I grew up a redneck in Southern Virginia on a tobacco farm in the middle of nowhere, and knew that I needed a way out, and I knew that to do that I had to do something that would mean I could not stay. So for me, that was being a classical musician. So I wasn't gifted, but I worked really hard, knowing that this would carry me out, and it did. And fortunate enough for me, I went to college and majored in music and kept going from there. So that's sort of my story of how I got out. Oh, hey Ivan. I didn't even see you come in. No, I mean, my quick story, I have a PhD from Northwestern in music, and one of the things I've done is I invented a 3D printed violin that allows children to learn how to play the violin in multitudes faster. The appointment to the National Council of the Arts was, no one really knows how they're appointed. I just got a call from the White House one day, and they asked me if I would consider doing it, and I said absolutely. I didn't know that it required Senate confirmation, which was nuts. But I went through it, and I'm glad I did. I've been serving for about 5-6 years, and it's been wonderful.
Oh, that's fantastic. Very, very cool.
Yeah, and the great thing about it is we get, the National Council helps decide who gets the Presidential Medal for the Arts. So I've had the opportunity to meet, just amazing people. They're like a two-headed monster.
Here's something else. I have the least attractive laugh in the entire world.
Can we hear it?
Like on the spectrum of laughs, it's just kind of like a rapey sloth. It's like,
Sounds like Eeyore's getting fucked.
I wanna be Christmas. Please let me be Christmas. With all of the holly jolly friends and folly we know.
so where's the intersection point between your love for medicine, your love for hunting, your love for fishing? Like, what do you think the intersection of those are?
Again, I think overall it's a love for life. Seeing things that people don't get to see. The hunting and fishing aspect of what I do is, you get to, wake the morning up and put it to bed. You get to see the world in ways not many people get to do. It's not about pulling the trigger or catching the fish. It's the experience leading up to it. It's the experience doing it with somebody you love, somebody you know, seeing them do it for the first time, which is kind of the same thing in medicine. You know what I mean? Like somebody comes in at their worst, wanting to lose weight, they aren't having good sex, they have no energy, they can't sleep, and to see that transformation to where they go from A to B, it's something special, and that's what I think being a doctor should be, not just throwing pills at people.
Oxys, Roxys, Vicodin, stick out your tongue and slip it in. Amphetamines and Ritalin. Keep on drinking alcohol, a bump, a kick of Adderall. We'll have a bite, we'll have a ball. We'll have a sniff, we'll sniff it all. Keep on drinking alcohol. Mary Jane, she calms my brain. She keeps me down when I'm insane. Vodka, well, she tastes so good on ice. And if you wanna feel this good, and let me tell you that you should, Dr. Ivan gives me his advice. Just take those Oxys, Roxys, Vicodin, stick out your tongue and slip it in. Amphetamines and Ritalin. Keep on drinking alcohol, a bump, a kick of Adderall. We'll have a bite, we'll have a ball. We'll have a sniff, we'll sniff it all. Keep on drinking alcohol. Fuck them all, fuck them all. Fuck them all, it's just me and my IV, my IV, my IV. Just give me my IV. Just stick it deep in me. Just give me my IV, won't you please, Dr. D, give me my IV. Or I'm hot with those oxys.
Actually, the thought of sleeping with you, Ivan, I don't want you to take this the wrong way. It would be horrifying. Like, I just cannot imagine a more horrifying
How any
experience.
other way could I take that? I'm just curious.